Hey everyone, it's Julia here in the van. I thought I'd do a quick video for you, probably a little shorter than usual, but I just wanted to give you a little update because a lot has changed fast. First, let me show you our van and where we're parked and what we're up to. So here's our van in the morning. I got to do Bambi's laundry again. She threw up yesterday after finding some part of something to eat. It was part of a bone. I got most of it, but... And I've got a jacket in here that I'm needing to repair, and it's in my way because I haven't repaired it yet. And then I have a new curtain set up, actually. So if you recall, wait, let's go back over here. This bar was holding up a curtain, but the only problem is this old DVD player is in the way, and so it wouldn't hold in front of it, so it had to be behind it. So my curtain was literally right here to right there. You can still see the little round place. So my curtain was literally right here, and now it's back there. So that's what it's like down, but you can take it, and I can put these, up there if I want, or even higher. So just put them up there like that. Let's show you the other side. And we have this up because we stayed here last night. So I just put that big scarf up there. And just hold it with the log that I have, the stick, the piece of wood that I have there. So anyway, what I ended up doing was getting gold tape. And I put several layers on. It's not going to hold. It's already starting to come on undone. Mainly because... when I taped it mostly to this and not to the little bit of wood that I had right there. So I'm going to have to redo it. It doesn't look great, but it is much better than it was before, which was driving me crazy. What I really need is a system with a slit in the middle so that I can just literally walk through without having to duck my head every time. So yeah. That's that. Got the new curtain. Pretty excited about it, but it's not a permanent solution. So obviously it's not going to be as warm because it's not all the way down there, but I can still drape a blanket over the armrests and have that closed off. Anyway, what's going on out here? Looks like a beautiful marsh to me. Where's Bambi? She went over there. She likes to even though there's grass or whatever, she wants to lay under there. I mean, there's shade here. She can reach it, but she's under there. Hi, Bambi, sweetheart. So I'm also charging right now, just using one of my new solar panels from Carolyn at Carolyn's RV Life. Thank you. To charge my little 500 watt little guy that I use just on a regular basis in the van. For charging the phone and the light and everything. So yeah, I've been crocheting this lovely hat here. There it is. It's a nice wool hat. I'm getting into my fine wools. I figure if I'm going to crochet, it's not going to be as much as I used to pound out. If I'm going to crochet less, I'm going to just use the fine yarns now. Yeah, so I'm making that hat. This is what van life's supposed to be. Me crocheting outside of my van parked at the marsh with my dog. But I just find that I rarely do this. I'm always running around, just maintaining things. Yeah. Well, geez, that was cool, the big Rasta bus. I didn't even look up from my camera because I just wanted to get that shot. And then I looked up and he was waving at me and I was waving my hand at him. Couple of dreadheads. Well, what's this over here? A new bowl. Wonder what that's for. I'll tell you what it's for. It's for our new studio. What? Yeah, we got a brand new sewing studio of our very own, and guess what? My dog can come in, and no one can tell me that she can't. So let me tell you what happened real quick. That's the secret message and surprise of this video, is that I found a new sewing studio. Okay, so I've only been at the Creative Sanctuary for 3 months, and if you haven't seen my video about that, the thumbnail says my job, but it's basically about this amazing art co-op place in Arcata here called the Creative Sanctuary, and it has all of these different hands-on type tools and equipment to get into everything from sewing to woodworking, jewelry, bicycle repair, canning, printmaking, silk screening, and then dance, music, costumes, puppetry. It's really an amazing place. The only thing is, when I rented there, dogs were allowed, but they're like revamping the whole place after COVID, essentially, and building it up with new staff and a new direction. So, about halfway during the time that, since I had become a member there, they let me know, well, the first time I really brought in Bambi, our van had broken down, and Bambi and I walked a couple of miles, and we got up there, and they were like, oh, I'm sorry, we've changed the rules on dogs. And I kind of burst into tears, and then I said, let me take a moment to explain why I'm reacting like this, and told them about my experience at my last place where dogs weren't allowed, and then I asked if I could have my dog after 6 months, because I was just sewing at night anyway, and nobody else was there. And they never got back to me on that, but then they rented to another gal with a dog and said nothing to me. And then later they said that they had allowed my dog. And then later they said, where did you ever get the idea that your dog was allowed? So this was like a crazy emotional head screwing with situation. It was very emotional. It sucked. I ended up giving notice and leaving that place. So when I got this place and then they sprung that on me, I was pretty devastated. So obviously I stayed, and Bambi waited, and since she had already been in there once, she wasn't too happy about that and kept trying to, every time I tried and let her out for a break, pull towards the sanctuary. So anyway, I stayed there, and I was like, well, it's the most amazing place. I really wanted to get into the silk screening of the t-shirts, but because they're gearing up, they didn't have the opportunity to get the person together to train me on it so that I could start working on it, which was a shame. So right before I found this place, I had this super strong intuition, like really strong, to cancel my payment for October before it went through with the sanctuary. But I said, nope, Julia, you cannot give up this space until you have somewhere else to sew, because that's my main money. And so I didn't do it. A couple of hours after the payment went through, I found the new place. And though it wasn't confirmed, the very next day I went over there and looked at it and confirmed it. The lady was amazing. The spot is amazing. The terms are perfect. And I even told them I live in a van, and that was fine too. And Bambi can come and be in there anytime. And so, I quickly got back to the sanctuary. I was like, oh, can we cancel my payment? I'm sorry. I love you guys, but I found my own place with a dog. And it took a little time, but I just got my fee for October back from the sanctuary, and sadly am leaving the sanctuary, but happily have my own spot, which I, if it works out, intend to stay at for much longer than 3 months. The main thing about the sanctuary, even besides the dog issue, was that it was becoming such a bear to go in there and set up my machine and my table, even though it only took like 5-10 minutes. Oh, it's like you're like feeling inspirational, and you go in there, you have to set up and break down. It's not like I could set it all up and then like leave for several hours and then come back. It was becoming such a bear, And then the other thing was, I know I showed you some clips of how cool the place could be. For the art night, a bunch of people came at least that last time. It can be really cool. Usually it's pretty quiet when I'm sewing, but still not having my own space. And then there was a gal painting usually while I was there. The lack of privacy is really hard for me to focus. And I felt uncomfortable playing my own music or podcasts, especially the radical ones. And so I wasn't really sewing that much, and about probably half as much as I usually do. So yeah, why am I still holding this bowl? I don't know. So yeah, all in all, leaving the sanctuary sucks. I really wanted it to be more than what it was, more get more out of it than I did, build more relationships with people, and build more skills there. But it's just, a combination of the fact that none of that other stuff was really happening. They're just building it up again. There weren't people there to train me with the things that I wanted to learn, and that the sewing itself was not really working out for me. I decided to leave. So that's that. That's done. So now, Saturday, today is Tuesday, I am moving into my new sewing studio. Well, first, I'm cleaning it up a little bit and setting it up. Then I'll be behind on a 5-dress custom order that I have. That I'll need to get right on. So as far as like doing a video showing you me setting it up and then I actually need to really catch up and move fast. It's also Christmas coming. This is my busiest time of year for sewing and creating goods. I also have a fair on the 29th. Here in Arcata, where I'll be vending for free. The Arcata Vets Hall organization is just doing a craft fair, Christmas fair for us and giving us free tables as members of the community. It's absolutely amazing. I haven't been accepted yet, but I certainly hope that I am. So along with Christmas sales, getting ready for that, and the vending opportunity that I have, I'm going to be quite busy. And I always am this time of year. So that's why I'm usually trying to take a break on this channel. Every fall, if you'll notice, I'm either trying to take a break or change my channel. But at this point, hopefully I will not have to do that. But it might just be a minute before I actually show you my new studio. So stick around for that, because that is coming up. As well, coming up is a video I want to do about whether or not you're going to want to have a YouTube channel if you have a van life. Forget about considering van life. Are you going to do a channel? Because that's going to be a big, huge aspect to what your van life's going to be like. And there's a lot I have to say about my experience of having a YouTube channel for now 6 years. Sure, I'm not a big channel. I'm not highly successful yet. But I do have a lot of thoughts about it. But pros, cons, everything. And it'll be some good advice, so stick around for that video as well. Before you go, please note that I do have a Patreon, so please consider joining in the description below. You can join for as little as $1 a month. You will get extra content, and it'll really help this channel. In fact, those of you that are patrons, I thank you very much, because you're helping support this channel actually more than the ad revenue is at this time. So I really appreciate you and couldn't do it without you. Check out my handmade clothing in my link to my Etsy store below as well. And we'll see you later. Thanks for watching. Bye now.
My ambitions in the right mind can take you so far. It's like you lived a few lifetimes. Take off from a break off from the weak minds. They can stay soft. You can change lives. You create thoughts. Never waste time. You got one shot. You got one life. Better pop off. What do you like? Make a dream job. No 9-5.